Right. Symmetry. Let's pick this up. And to be honest, this is probably, again, one of the most, in all honesty, lenient screens of this stage. There's a particularly, I'd say, well, particularly, slightly irritating, slightly irritating bit in terms of getting from this save to the next save, but, yeah. The gimmick to this, must be doing this wrong, I think. Yeah, I think I'm definitely doing this wrong. Yeah. The gimmick to this is that, obviously, as you can see there with the ×3, the kid kind of moves at 3 times the normal speed, so I don't know exactly how this kind of equates to your movements. I don't know whether it's kind of a thing whereby if you know, if I kind of move as I would normally, one area to the right, that I then move 3, or whether it's just, you know, some kind of alteration in that respect, I don't quite know. But yeah, obviously the gimmick to this is that the kid does move, faster than he would normally. So it's incredibly off-putting. It's almost impossible to actually judge where where you should be kind of positioning yourself. So, in all honesty, the only way I can find to really do this, or particularly this 3 times movement one, is to kind of gauge what I did last go, and then either hold the right button down just that little bit longer or shorter. So here, well, that one I made, I'm hoping I actually kind of do this now. I can't get that top bit, which is really irritating. But there you can see I kind of jumped too high, and there I jumped too right. So having jumped too far to the right, I'm now trying to, I'm now trying to hold right on that first jump a little less time than I did when I careered into the spike. But because you're moving at kind of like 3 times the speed, you're talking like, you know, fractions of seconds of differences in timing when you hold the button here. And that jump at the top there is starting to annoy me. I'm not having so much difficulty, although I am dying because it's this bit's not easy, but you kind of get, you know, once you kind of get into a little bit of a rhythm in terms of gauging how long you should be holding the button down, once you've done it a few times, you kind of get the idea of it. But it is, you know, as hopefully you can imagine, if you've played it, you'll know either the original game it's from, Symmetry, or in this game, it is extraordinarily off-putting. But fortunately, you don't have to clear really, really long sections with this mechanic, and I cannot get that top jump for the life of me. I swear I'm not moving back to the left too soon, but that obviously appears to be what's happening every single time. I'm not even concerned about the first bit now, or that bit, or getting clearing the right hand area. None of them are all that. That was really stupid. None of them are all that concerning to me at this point in time. What's really concerning is this jump that I cannot get. I don't even know to try a different tactic, because I swear that's what I did when I cleared it. I'm not quite sure what else I really could be doing, unless I don't move left at all. Up to the point where I've kind of got my jump, you know, made a jump. At this point, do I just do nothing and then? No, I probably don't know if I jumped too low there, but yeah, nothing I try at the moment is working. So I hope I don't have to figure out. That was because I hit my head on the ceiling. I could clearly see what that would be, an idiot there, but yeah, not enjoying this top segment. And that is, once I've got past that, I think the rest should be more or less straightforward. This was definitely and is the most irritating part of the screen. And yeah, help! What am I doing wrong? Come on. It's not like I haven't got there enough times either. That's probably about the 20th. I honestly don't know. I've not really been keeping any kind of an accurate count, but that must be, well, at least 10, if not near 15, 20 times that I've messed this up. Thank you. Right, and what doesn't make this so bad is that once you make it, for this next bit, you go back to normal speed. So now it's just a case of normally, you know, well, yeah, playing the game as you would normally. So yes, this little area here is tricky, but yeah, you're back to normal speed. So whilst it might cause a few problems, it's nothing like having to gauge, you know, moving 3 times as fast as with the other section. But let's not fail perennially on this. Thank you. This last bit, you obviously, as you can see here, you go twice as fast, but it's not quite as fast as 3 times, which is fairly obvious. But once you get a rhythm and you kind of land on this first step here, the rest I can kind of gauge reasonably well, although I'm not doing such a good job at the moment. But yeah, I don't generally have too many, although I might have actual problems this go, I don't have any problems from a conscious worry about that section. As you can see, that was fairly quick and it's been cleared. This screen. I'm probably going to get to the point now whereby I'm starting to say things like, oh god, not this screen. And it's probably going to be, in all honesty, almost every single screen. Because from this point on, or indeed from the beginning of stage 5, there are very few screens that I'm actually happy to see. This is not one I'm happy to see, I can guarantee you. It goes on for an extremely long period of time, with only one intermediary save, and quite frankly that's still quite a long way off. There's really clumsy playing on my behalf. There's a really, really annoying jump right at the end that just pissed me off to no end when I was playing it the first time. However, I don't know until I get there, but I have a feeling that my realisation, which was quite some time ago, and not just on that colour screen by the way, about hitting your head while making jumps, that I actually might, a bit like this one here actually, I might have an easier time with the final jump of this screen. I say might, I'm not guaranteeing that. These jumps are interesting. You obviously have to kind of drop down and then glitch your way kind of through the platform. We were approaching somewhere in the region of the first save, but when you make a ridiculously clumsy mess of a manoeuvre like that, things are not going to go all that well. Yeah, this screen goes on for ages. No. And again, I find the odd occasion where you lose a double jump to be really freaking annoying. Not that it isn't freaking annoying whenever it happens, but you spend upwards of a minute, 2 minutes trolling through a screen only to feel like you've been screwed over because you didn't get a double jump that you felt you should have done. That's even more annoying. Oh, and yeah, it's a long way to the save. Nothing is, in all honesty, I don't like this particular jump, I must admit, but if you have a look at all this, there's nothing here, in all honesty, that I'd say ranks as being obnoxiously difficult. It's just, hi. It's just tedious. And if I really had, looking at my death counter there, if I really had 500, is that 600 deaths so far and clearing 3 screens, that just does not seem right. Surely it wasn't that many. I swear, I had 800 at the beginning of this stage, and I've already clocked 600. Or pretty much, anyway. Wow. That just goes to show how fast the deaths do rack up. in this game. Yeah, I've had almost half. Yeah, we're talking, yeah, 600 out of 1400. So coming on about half on just, at the moment, 3 and a bit screens. Whereas I cleared all of the first 4 stages in under 800. That's amazing. Anyway, another one of these jumps, and now these ones. Now, I'm not going to probably talk very much while I'm doing this because I need to kind of hear a little bit of what's going on. A little bit anyway, but the idea is you repeatedly mash the jump button to stay glitched through the platforms. We obviously have to drop down through the spike areas, so yeah, I'm probably going to go a bit quiet here. And that's generally not a good idea. I can guarantee you I did not want to jump all the way to what seemed like an amazingly high height up that shaft. I did not mean to do that whatsoever because it completely destroyed my rhythm. I then had to try and catch myself back on glitching through the platform when I dropped all the way down, and doing so from such a height is a lot trickier to pull off than if I was just banging my head against a wall. So yeah, I did not mean to do that, and I would thoroughly not recommend doing it. That's not high enough. I suppose some of the good things in this one, provided you don't dodge the spike, is that it's a very long way down to the pit. So if you do fall, you can just press R to reset and not actually register the death. So yeah, the death counter doesn't go up quite perhaps as much as ordinarily it would do. Of course, going to a spike, then it will, but yeah, with the being quite a way to fall into the pit, you can often save yourself the game actually recording that you sucked. I wish I could erase the game recording that I sucked there, because that was stupid. And I have no words to describe that. Or that, frankly. By the way, I was pretty much at the save when I messed up on the section with the platforms right up on the ceiling, and the bit where you have to continually mash the button and drop down below the spike. God's sakes. The save is on the other side of the second set of that area, so I was excruciatingly close to getting the save. And I seem to be losing my double jump a lot more often than I would ordinarily like at the moment as well. Don't mess up this, please. Good. Right, and don't walk into the spike this time. I think I did actually screw up this bit once, didn't I? I can't even remember how I did, but you really shouldn't be. Oh, no, 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 no. Ugh. And you play this one so much that you just start to take liberties and go for things you shouldn't do. Or, you know, I like, for instance, that. I just thought I'd demonstrate that once. I'm sure you can pull off that jump in one go, and sometimes, and you know, if you can do it, it would save time. Not all that much, but still, once you start, it doesn't save time when you can stupidly dance spikes like that either. But yeah, you just try and find ways once you have to do a screen so many times to cut corners, find shortcuts, etc. And invariably you shouldn't really try, because more often than not you'll just end up screwing yourself over, but you somewhat can't help it. You know, I'll probably try and rush a section that I really should take more time over, or whatever, you know. Oh! And I was even just scrabbling around so much with the R button there that I didn't even manage to hit it by the time that the kid reached the pit, so yay. And, well, you just start to get ridiculously clumsy. See what I mean? come on now. Oh, come on! I swear I wasn't too low there, but, you know, whatever. I'm hoping that the second half actually goes, this screen goes slightly better than the first half has. So there is a really freaking annoying jump at the end, or certainly was when I first did it. I'm hoping it isn't freaking annoying this time around. I'm hoping to do a little bit better job, just generally, you know, with ridiculously annoying deaths like that, kind of creeping in. But yeah, the very final jump of this screen, I'm hoping to actually no, it's not the very final jump. It's pretty much it's the second to last jump, because you have to pull off one little really high pressured jump at the end, just to kind of make you kind of sweat on things. But yeah, I'm hoping with my new idea about hitting heads on ceilings that actually I'm able to pull off the second to last jump a bit better than I have been previously. Right. No, too low. Problem with that one is you're so conscious about not wanting to hit the spike. If there's anything you don't want to do there, it's hit your head on the spike. So what you'll tend to do every time, and what I'll tend to do, is just drop down that little bit lower than perhaps I ordinarily should. You know, just to kind of safeguard against jumping into the spike. So you obviously have to make sure you don't jump too low, or you won't be able to jump high enough to even reach the platforms. But yeah, it'll almost always be the case that you'll go too low. Yes! And I'm going to be a coward and hit the save there, because I don't want to screw up getting through there. I didn't actually, but still. Right, second half. First half thankfully done. And, well, the second half really is kind of pulling off... I don't know whether to call them cliff jumps or not, but yeah, they're filled with these kind of... what I would, again, kind of dub, I suppose, slightly offset jumps, in that you have to kind of either dip down or, you know, perform the jump in a bit of a kind of an odd way that you wouldn't ordinarily do. So, yeah, this kind of, the second half is filled with these types of jumps. That one I particularly find irritating, because I frequently hit my head on the ceiling on that one, and if you do, then you've pretty much got no chance of getting through. That one as well, although I find that the spike positioning is just very slightly more lenient on this first one. Not that I won't, not that I'll drop down too low, or not jump at all, or hit my head on the ceiling still again, but or just walk off the edge of the ledge. Yeah, that'll screw you over as well. But yeah, I just for whatever reason I don't find, or yeah, I find the second one of those more annoying than the first, and I don't want to mess up on the comparatively simple jump after it. Good, right, don't mess up these ones. These ones, to be honest, are generally fine. Generally they're fine. That was about the worst spike of the set there I could possibly walk into there. There's so much room there. That's the most embarrassing one to hit. No. And I noticed the word Miku there in the title. Well, I knew the name of this stage off by heart anyway, believe me, from my first go through. But yeah, anything... Thanks for the failed jump. Anything with the word Miku in it, given the history of this game, is likely to be irritating. And, well, so it certainly proves. Right, can we perhaps not be such an idiot this time? We can try. We can fail. That's slightly less embarrassing than the one off the fane on the floor, but only slightly. And that isn't the jump I'm talking about, by the way. Oh, come on! That is embarrassing. Yeah, this screen goes on way too long for my liking. Grr. Really? At least, I suppose, there's a save in the middle. That's one silver lining. Having to do all this in one go would just make this absolutely obnoxious. Oh, come on. I haven't even got to the really difficult jump yet. What the hell just happened there? I don't think I'm that bad of a player to just walk off the ledge there. Don't hit your head. Alright, come on now. Right, this one. Which I hate. And then when you pull that off, you're not quite at the teleporter to get out of this godforsaken room. You've got to pull off one of those, I'm not quite sure if it's pixel perfect, I sincerely hope not, for my sake when I'm coming to do it. But you've got to pull off one of those in between, not only a jump in between a spike from the ceiling and the floor, a bit like this one, but you also have to pull off a jump between two sets of those in quick succession. So I'm not sure if it's pixel perfect, but it's irritating nonetheless. It looks pretty narrow, that gap in between there, doesn't it? So, yeah, it could very well be pixel perfect. And after that jump that I've now messed up, well, I've only messed it up twice, but still, believe me, both times were annoying. But yeah, it's not the kind of jump you want to have to worry about having just made the other jump, the cliff ledge jump. So I do think that's not going to take me as long as it did the first time, because I'm deliberately trying not to hit my head on the ceiling when trying to clear it, which I think was probably what was screwing me over the first time. But yeah, it ain't fun, regardless. God damn. I think if this screen was split into thirds, maybe, rather than halves, it would just be that little bit more bearable. I wouldn't hesitate to call this screen enjoyable by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, just slightly less repetitive, tedious, and yeah, bearable. I hit my head. I'm going to smack myself on the head. For real. I don't know if you can make that jump having hit your head. You might be able to, I really don't know, but I'm obviously not pressing R and resetting, you know, while I'm still mid-jump where I have a chance. I'm obviously finishing the jump to give myself, you know, to see whether I make the leap or not. But frankly, I could very well, from my own kind of perspective, hit the R button as soon as I've hit my head on the ceiling, quite frankly. That's another point in time where you really don't want to hit your head on the ceiling. And yeah, wow, stare at a screen long enough and you'll just start to die on absolutely everything. No matter how out of the way you'd have to go in order to hit it. Yes! Frick! Frick! Oh, I hate this screen! Grr! Really? That's just dumb. I don't think that jump you can make the one right before the teleporter. I don't know. Can you do it in one go? I don't know. Obviously you have to single jump through, which I suppose you're gonna have to do anyway. That kind of positioning, the position of spikes for the first one, and then move through the gap with a double jump, and you know, through the second set. But I wouldn't recommend it. I don't really want to be doing that as a double jump. The best strategy surely got to be to single jump and land in between the two floor spikes. Looking at it, well, as I just did there, I think it probably is possible to do it in one movement, but frankly, I don't want to try. I know it's possible to land in between the two floor spikes, so that's what I'm going to do. However long it takes, I'm not going to switch my strategy up. Bugger! Why is that jump so obnoxious? It wouldn't be so bad if it... Good God, it wasn't right at the end of the damn level. But you have to spend like at least half a minute every damn time getting up to it. Put it further back, or make it, you know, if it were like nearer the save. What the hell was that? Yeah, nearer the save, and I don't think I'd moan about it so much. It's just such an irritating, you know, jump to have right at the end of an area, with such a long distance back that you get sent if you screw up. Obviously, if there's a save, oh come on. Oh, Christ almighty. You've got to be joking me! Bloody flipping Christ. That was so annoying. You have no goddamn idea. God damn it.